system. The CDC is advising that you stay in your home. We shall walk. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to the main assembly stream. Hello Bjorn, X30C Bot 87. I have no idea. What kind of a name is that? Damien, hello. Matix, Mr. Partisan, Nico. That's a Nicoderm. Nicodem. Hello, Delta. Henlo. Damien, Samhager, Ricky. Jorth200. No, now I have to watch stream. Now you have to. Hey, where did the giraffe go? I was too busy saying hi to chat. I didn't see where the giraffe went. Ah, whatever. So I guess today... Oh, no. Before we even hop into this, you see this giant what's new flashing button? The game actually got an update. A big update, apparently. First pass on activities for multiplayer. Oh, we might have to start doing some multiplayer videos. Programming nodes can now be grouped. What? Wires? Yeah, in the subway map style. Yeah, I really like the new way that they were doing wiring. They showed it out on Twitter. Oh my gosh. Parts can be renamed. Okay, cool. Nodes now look a bit cleaner. PID node added. Oh, Brent's gonna like that one. Durf, it's late at night for me. Can I sleep now? Yeah, you can. I mean, you're just gonna miss out, but you can. Durf, what time is it for me? For me right now, it is almost 5 o'clock at night. Power and speed adjustment property on hinges, servers and pistons. Lowered aerodynamics multiplier from 10 to 8 on aeroplastic. Oh, great. Okay, so my flying creations that had trouble flying before, definitely not going to fly now. Alright, well, let's hop into the sandbox then. I wanted to build, for a long time in Scrap Mechanic, I've been trying to do a one-wheeled robot that's completely balancing itself with number logic. And how do I play this game again? Okay, B for build mode. There we go. Ah, jeez. I actually forget how to play this game. Durf, the description says today I will show some stuff from the mod pack. No, the description is always wrong. Always wrong. Almost always wrong. Let me just go ahead and edit that. Today, I play with roBUTTs. That's right. I spelled it. Whatever. Okay. So, yeah, today, I want to build a one-wheel robot again. Can I just, like, start? Where's my template? New. No mirror. That is not... That is, manual. There we go. That's the one that I want. Alright, so yeah, in Scrap Mechanic, the number logic, it always, there's a tick delay between individual parts. So, when I was building my one-wheel robot in Scrap Mechanic, how do I get my... There we go. It's been a while since I played Main Assembly, and I just completely forget the controls. It's so unfortunate. And then I haven't done like a single thing with the actual single player in this game. Like, it's just sandbox completely for me. Durf, your struggle is real today. I know, right? I slept. I just completely passed out. Did not edit any multiplayer Monday. Slept in, and now I'm waking up trying to do a live stream, and brain is just farting all over the place. Stream isn't even loading, rendering, playing for me. Aww. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, everything's fine on my end. It's really weird, Mr. Partisan. Anyway. So yeah, in Scrap Mechanic, the delay between parts is 1 tick between every single part. So when I tried to build a balancing robot to just balance on one wheel and also be able to drive around in any direction, it didn't work. It's just the delay between parts just made it not work. So we're gonna take this sensor and we're gonna try and build this one-wheel robot. I just have to remember how any of this stuff works. Okay, cool. We got the pitch and roll. That's exactly what we're gonna need. And then we're gonna do a bunch of, yeah. No, they still don't have. They still don't have Arc Tangent 2, which is it's a programming thing. People that make programming languages, they program an extra function for tangent because the results of arc tangent can be sometimes positive or negative. So if you want the whole range of 360 degrees, you need a special version. It's fine. I'll probably just build it in the game, in the programming. I don't need it. I don't need you. Because one great thing about this game is that there's no delay between any of the programming parts. Which, by the way, let's see how the new programming stuff even looks like. Oh. Oh. What is this? Wait, what? I'm not allowed. Oh, wait. That's the inputs. Duh. Cool. Didn't know you could do that. No. That's an input. There you go. This is really cool. I really like this. I'm kind of wondering how they did it, though. Like, look at these weird shapes. What? That's so cool! Anyway, enough getting distracted by wires. Next time will Durf play Getting Over It. That would be the real... No, it's not even a struggle. Getting Over It is not even a struggle for me anymore. That was one of the first games that I decided to, try and seriously speedrun. And, there's just no, there's no point anymore. We want the servo, right? I don't think I can do it. Yeah, there's no way I can do it with a motor. It has to be a servo. Alright. So this is going to be our main angle. The thing controlling the angle of our wheel. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, the alignment of this servo. Come on. There we go. Okay. I'm not sure if I want to make them too tall. Probably, actually. Because the taller things are... The taller things are the bigger peepee they have, right? Nah, I just gotta... if it's tall, then the wheel rolling on the ground will help it not tip much easier than if it was shorter. I don't know, for some reason short things tip super quickly. for this, I do want a motor. Except how am I going to put it? I also need to take a look at the wheels. Do I have, they have new wheels, but I don't think they have... I don't think they have one that's, like, super thin, I guess. I might need to... Alright, it's not that I definitely need to, How wide is this? Yeah, it's about that wide. Do something like this. Just snap. There you go. Snap. Ooh, the motors look different. Ooh. See, that should keep the wheel centered then. Oh, that is not a centered wheel. Oh, that is not a centered wheel. Durf, what am I building? Okay, yeah. So if you didn't see, can I stop? There we go. If you didn't see the one-wheeled robot build attempts in Scrap Mechanic, they all failed because of the delay between number logic. So I'm trying it in main assembly since there's no delay between any of the logic. That's almost the right size. I have no idea. Do I just use a bigger wheel then? Is that... Okay, there you go. That's like a block, one block thick, sort of. I just want it to be centered. That's all I want. And then I also got to do just a little bit of framework here and here, just to keep things even weight. As even weight as possible, but the drive is going to be from one side anyway. Alright. Is that actually it? Is that all I need? In Scrap Mechanic, it was a lot more parts. So, what this should be doing then, by default, is just trying to balance. However it's going to tip, left or right, front or back. We don't need WASD controls yet. We don't need anything, actually. Like I said, this is trying to just... We're just going to start off with just a balancing stick. That's all we're going to do. Hey, Chico, how's it going? So we need the tilt information. That's what we need. Pitch and roll. Yep. The motor is our drive. Okay. We can get the current angle out of the motor. Maybe I could use a motor instead of a servo. Yeah, but because I'm using a servo, I don't need to get the current angle. I could just turn to. All right. So from pitch and roll, we need. Yeah, basically roll is gonna affect turn to, and pitch is gonna affect power. That's basically what it's gonna be. All right, hey, who's that? X30C Bot 87. Thank you for the 279 super chat. Hey, none your business. Thanks for the likes encouragement in chat. All right, so this gives me the output in 1 and -1. That should just be straight up to power, right? Like, it can be that easy, right? If I'm pitching forward, drive forward. If I'm pitching backwards, drive backwards. Let's go ahead and try that. Like, right away, let's just try that. We spawned on the ground. What? Oh, you know what? We might have it backwards, that's the thing. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It was backwards. So now, that's probably a little bit forceful too. Like it had like a little bit of a feedback loop. We can dampen that a little bit. But for the roll information, this is also from -1 to 1. This is a little bit of a problem. Which way does this servo turn? Ha. Okay. We want this to be a range of 90. Come on, there we go. Can I, this, main assembly devs, if you're watching, I'm trying to hold control right now. I want this to snap to like every 5 degrees or something, so I can get the 90 easier than this. Oh, 89, 91, what's this nonsense? Like, this is what I'm talking about. I just want it to snap to 90. There we go. There we go. Oh, boy. So yeah, I only need the range from 90 to 90, because I have the forward and backwards direction on the drive. So I don't need to worry about the entire backwards range. As a matter of fact, doesn't that mean I only need 90 degrees? Yeah, because this left is the backwards of forwards, right's forward. Oh my gosh, how does anyone understand anything that I say sometimes? We'll just go with it. We'll just go with it. So if I'm rolling in a certain direction, I just want to... Is that seriously it? Is that seriously... No way. Why is it so easy to build a one-wheel balancing robot in main assembly? Almost. Almost so easy. What the heck? Alright, let me try adding another thing. No. I want, mechanical. I guess we're just gonna do it with another servo, but not yet. Get my chassis. Alright, and this is a heavy weight. And we're just gonna stick that on AD. And hope that that's the correct direction. So now we have a... Yeah, it is the correct direction. So now we can lean left and right. Not that it really does anything. Also, why didn't do that? Why didn't do that thing, it? Why didn't it do anything? It's a really good question. And my boss just sitting there playing Pong with itself. You're supposed to be being smart. Not playing games. Sound like I'm talking to myself. Why doesn't that work? Like, is the balancing actually that good? No. I definitely leaned over, and the thing just didn't count my roll. Oops, I didn't mean to get out of it. Alright, so what's going on with this? That is, like, really weird. Like, that's working. So why doesn't it work when I spawn my robot? What? What? This doesn't make any sense. That is roll, right? Unless I have roll wrong. Roll is the one from side to side. I'm getting really confused. I dipped my junk in the Durf Kool-Aid long ago. What? Sometimes I look over at chat and I don't know if I regret looking over at chat or not. Hello, the guy 5. How's it going? I have no idea why. Like, this is supposed to be. Oh, you know what? It's the angular speed. Power speed? Wait, what? What's the difference between motor strength and this? This is new to me as well, but I think the angular speed was my problem. So now if I lean over to the side, to the side, to the side, it still doesn't work. Great. Great. That's just lovely. That's exactly what I wanted. That's the power to speed ratio. So do I lower this? We'll leave it at default. What the heck? That doesn't... Okay. I think what I need to do is maybe put a multiplier on that roll sensor, because it's just too small. Too small of a value. So we're going to get a constant. Oh, cool. They actually put a number display for the constant this time. Let's try times 4. Multiply. There we go. Okay, so now even the slightest lean should turn my wheel. I don't know. Almost? I'm not sure. This is the weirdest. I think this is just part of me like figuring out how to actually program in main assembly, because so far this was incredibly much easier than Scrap Mechanic. Well, Scrap Mechanic was actually relatively easy to put it together, but then trying to debug and deal with all the delay issues, that's something different entirely. Let's just try something bigger. I want it to turn faster, more. There you go. There you go. That's a little bit better. How do I delete things again? I forget. You select them and you hit delete. Yeah. No, let's delete that again. I want to add another, so I'm going to have my WSD control as if I'm a person on a unicycle, just like leaning into it. Sort of like I did with the two-wheeled bike that I built in main assembly. Huh. We're going from 2 wheels to 1 wheel. Telling you an upward thruster on low power would maintain balance. Right, but the point of this, like the point of me building 1-wheeled robots is not to cheat in any way, because I could always build like a stabilizer and scrap mechanic. I could always build thrusters and sensors and suspension glitches. The point of this build is to try and like program a 1-wheeled unicycle to balance itself. That's the idea that I would like to succeed at, but we want. I want this. All right, and then we'll just hook that up. Yeah, that's all default values, whatever. Get the servo. Which one? Why are the servos are changing names on me, I think. This one used to be servo beta. But it was the first servo I placed down, so shouldn't it be alpha? I'm confused. But they did say I can rename stuff, right? How do I rename stuff? No idea. Alright, so W leans me forward. That's working for the most part. You know what? I realized I might have oh no. Oh no. This happened. Oh no. I might have also needed to negate the this guy. It might have looked normal to my brain. No, that was actually opposite. Like 100% opposite. I'm such a dingus. Oh, I did did this all wrong. All wrong, it's all wrong. Quit forever. We suck. We suck at this game. We're gonna quit forever. Can't see a darn thing. Hide you. There we go. All right. Oh, shoot. That's not gonna work, is it? Do I need 2 of them? 1 for pitch and 1 for roll? Separately? No. No, I don't. Wait. I don't know. I'm kind of confused about how this is gonna work. Oh, I I have to take off the oops. I have to take off the negate. Weird. Whoa! Hey, Soares Gaming. All right, so I have this on the actual turning bit. So every time it turns, all that matters is how much this wheel is pitching forward or back. That's all that matters. I want the pitch information from this gyroscope, but I think I want the roll information from another gyroscope up here. What? Oh, there you go. That's how you rename stuff. Okay. So we'll name this to bottom gyro. Cool. Wait. That's not even the bottom gyro. That's the top gyro. Alright. Beautiful. And we want the roll from that one. Okay. So any which way my top body... Oh, no. Oh, no. There's another problem. There's the reaction wheel effect. My top section is going to turn more than my bottom section is. Oh, that's a pain in the butt. Alright. I might be able to just highlight all of this. Oops. Yeah, let's turn it into carbon fiber. That's pretty lightweight, right? And then we'll hope that all of this material up here, being like super heavyweight, steel, that's gonna be enough to sort of like keep the top in place relative to the bottom with inertia. Not really. I might also have my What the heck? Now my pitch looks like it's inverted again. It's almost there. It's almost there, but like not quite. So I think the next thing that I want to do actually is go back to the servo over here and give it the full range instead of just 90. Cause no, I don't want you. There you go. Yeah, because this might be a little bit easier to do with the math. What the heck? 180. 180. Okay. Yeah, that angle adjustment thing on servos like definitely needs to be made a little bit more convenient, like a snap to button or something. So now with that at 180, I probably don't need this. But hey, let's see what happens. Really? It didn't turn at all? Really? There's something else wrong that I'm missing here. Top gyro roll. Do I like, is the roll axis wrong? Is it the wrong? That red dot's the front, right? Wait, how does show me which is your roll? Show me which way you roll. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I'm just gonna rotate it and then just use pitch. Because I know pitch. It doesn't make any sense though why it wouldn't work. Electronics. Top gyro pitch. Because that's sideways now. What? What? Doesn't make any sense. Wait a second. Isn't this arrow supposed to be on the inside? Oh my god. Did I actually just close my servo and that was wrong with it the whole time? Wait, what? What the heck? I did. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Look at this small difference. Closed, open. Closed, open. My gosh. Durf face reveal. Face reveal. If it hasn't happened by 100,000 subscribers, I will definitely do one then. Oh my god. There we go. 180. 180. And you just set yourself at 0. Ho 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 ho. Okay. I have the full range. Never touch the servo again. I don't want to break it. 54 watching, not 100k. No face reveal. Yeah. Well, I mean, main assembly streams are usually a lower view count anyway. I think whenever I play Scrap Mechanic, it's usually over 100 viewers. That's really telling me that I need to stop playing this game. Just joking. No, I like... there's actually so many other games that I want to play, too. Oh, it's frustrating. I've never thought I'd be in a position where I have too many games to play. And not enough time to play them. Oh, that's so frustrating and sad. And anyway. All right. I think we're making progress. Now we just gotta go invert the thing again. Because apparently that was correct. All right, maybe. Yeah, 1's a little bit too weak. Now we probably need that 4 value again. Oops, I didn't mean to. Now we're gonna times it by 4 because there's 4 times of 90 degrees in 360. So we want to, you know, if we're rolling over to the left or right just a tiny bit, we want 4 times the actual degree adjustment down here. Which, funny enough, like, because all these servos and sensors are all between a range of -1 and 1, it makes it really easy that you don't have to use any, like, fancy trigonometry. I remember, like, at the start I said I was going to probably use ATAN 2. Because, like, you can take the pitch and roll. Shoot, I might actually need to do that. You can take the pitch and roll, and you can use arctangent multiple times because there isn't a special arctangent 2. But you can take these as, like, X and Y coordinates into the... Yeah. Alright, then because these don't have 2 inputs, I need to do the division first. So yeah, you take the X and Y, get the arctangent of them, and that gives you sort of like a coordinate on sort of like a circle. Like, it spits out an angle. So depending on how much you're pitching, you know, forward or back, or to the left or right, that's just going to give a point on a circle 360 degrees. And that's how I built the first one-wheel robot in Scrap Mechanic, but all the number logic to do that, with all the delays between parts and stuff, it was trying to balance itself too late all the time, which is very frustrating to watch. The game doesn't have ATAN 2? No, it does not. But it's not really that big of a deal, because these parts, there's no delay between this programming, as far as I know. So you can just make your ATAN 2 this way. So we just do this, and then I think... I don't know what I'm doing with the ATAN 2. Just ignore that. We'll come back to that some other time. Might actually have to revisit this, because this is not an easy build idea. Can I just highlight my servo? Jeez. Oops. I guess. Okay, the wheel's going the right way, but then all of a sudden the pitch just doesn't work. The bottom pitch. I'm not spinning that servo or the thing the wrong way, am I? negative 180 is the left. Relative to the top. Oh gosh, okay. Gosh. So when this is pitching forward, yeah, it's turning negative. It's going in the right direction. So I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the problem is. I might, like, let's just try giving it a crazy huge multiplier and see if it's just, like, maybe it's just a sensitivity issue? Maybe. I don't know why it would need to be such a high value, though. It's ridiculous. Whoa! Oh no, oh no, oh no. The game did the thing again. Okay, I have extra one-wheel robots. Yeah, I'm kind of a little bit stumped at this point. Let's see if we can maybe... right now what I'm trying to do is, all right, here we go. Well, we're gonna make ATAN 2 right now. Let's shrink this stuff down a little bit. Wait, it's I can group stuff, right? How do I group stuff? The update said I can... Oh no, what just happened? Undo my group. No! Control Z, Control Z. Cool. I understand how to group things now. Why are you grouping that? I don't understand how to group things now. Okay. Now I have lots of space. Let's, make that ATAN 2. Alright. So... we don't actually need any of this. We do need this. No, wait, we don't need this. We need this. Does this not have it does have exponents. Exponential, but is this... raises number E to the input power. No, I don't want the E value. I want to put a power on my number. Really? I mean, fine. I can just multiply it by itself. It's not a big deal, but you'd think you'd have exponents. All right, so we got pitch squared on each. It's supposed to be pitch and roll, X and Y squared. That's what it is. And then we're going to take both of those, add those together. And then get the square root of it. And this is essentially what ATAN is. So maybe I'm being a dingus, and I can do this much simpler. Because that's... no, I can't do that, because there's no two inputs on A tangent. I can't do that. Okay. Alright, so with this then... I get... good question. What do I get out of this? Good question. Let's try a wave. Look at this excellent wave pattern. Wow. Is it because I have 2 of them? Oh, that is weird. What? Wait, what? This would... Okay, never mind, never mind. Just get out of here. Get out of here. Apparently, you break the game when you have 2 things like that. Alright, so there's the positive wave value. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sort of, I guess. If you were just, what is this? Yeah, you're going, like, back and forth on your pitch, right? Leaning back and forth. This is precisely what I want, just in the positive range. All right, I know it's a little bit confusing for people who are actually following along with this. I know it's a little bit confusing that it's only in the positive range because, like, aren't you supposed to drive backwards if you're leaning backwards? But no, because the way this is gonna work, I'm gonna use this to use the full 360-degree range of the angle. So if I'm going backwards, the wheel's actually gonna turn backwards to drive forward. That's how this is gonna work. Okay. So then this. All right. Now there's one thing that I wanna. There's one thing that I really need to have in this is exactly. Okay, I need a switch, like an if statement. Like if this value is positive and this value is positive, then I know I'm in the positive range. If this value is negative, I know it's in the range between what it. Okay, so if both of these are positive, it's from 0 degrees to 90 degrees. If the top is negative, it's from 270 degrees to 360. If the bottom is negative, that is from 90 to 180. And if both of them are negative, then it's from 180 to 270. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's what A-Tan 2 does. This entire thing that I'm trying to build right now, this is all A-Tan 2. So I need a bunch of these then to check if these are positive or negative, which probably means I need a constant for 0, right? Compare. Maybe I don't need the flip-flop at all, actually. This returns 1, -1, and 0. Perfect. That's perfect. My god, is that ever perfect? Alright. So then this, if I don't need many constants, I'm an idiot. Oh my god. All right, where's the logic? There. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. All right, so now we need a bunch of ands, because then when a bunch of these are both 1, I needed to control my angle. Oh my goodness. All right. Hey, just got here. What are you building? What we building today? We're building a one-wheeled robot, and it's somehow just as difficult as every other game I tried to build it in. Just use Quantum Leap, and you will get there to your destination. Yeah. If only. Alright. So this just tells... Oh, wait, I don't need all these, do I? This just tells me if the top is positive or negative. Then is the bottom positive or negative? Okay. I'm really trying to think, like, what exactly I'm trying to do here. I know there's a function that, what am I even trying to do right now? Might be this. How long should this node be active after the threshold is crossed? Yes. Okay. And then this I can just put down to something really low. And this also down to something really low. This is a stupid way to do it. What am I doing exactly? I want... No, there's got to be another one. There's got to be another one. Oh, you know what? It's clamping. I'm an idiot. No, I think I'm actually, like, I exhausted all my brain juice already today. Hey, Jorah200, thank you for the $1 donation. I can barely read that on my screen. It says, I think it says gotta go to sleep, bye. See you later, Jorah. The video on demand will be available for sure tomorrow. I don't know about tonight, though. Will I get this, though? I don't know. Returns a value under if input is less than threshold, otherwise returns a value over. This is probably what I'm looking for. Okay, because I want these compare values. Well, wait a sec. I really don't know what I'm doing. I said it before, like, if this is positive, this is negative. I know exactly which things to go where, right? So if... Alright, I think I know what I'm doing now. I think I know what I'm doing now. Maybe. Right, these things just output 1. Okay. I'm back on track. So if this is equal to 1... Whoops. I might have hit my mic. I don't know if that made a lot of noise. Equal. Really? No, I don't need this. I know there's like a more efficient way to do what I'm trying to do, and I'm struggling trying to think of it instead of just piling on these compares, because I can just compare. I can compare, is this equal to 1, which outputs a 0, and then I'm like, okay, well, great, but a 0 is not useful for me, so then do I compare? If that thing is also equal to 0, then do a thing that equals 1? Like, it doesn't... How do I use this output? I just have to think for a little bit, and I'm tired of thinking already. This is a literal representation of their positive and negative range. So I should then... No, just go away. Go away. Jeez. Okay. This is supposed to be the power for the wheel. Okay, and we're gonna have another thing here, yeah, for the angle, which eventually powers this. Okay. Next up, constant with a value of 90 in it. We're going to be adding or subtracting. If both of these are 1, which means they're both positive, I want this. I want the range here to be between 0 and 90 degrees. But that is actually between... There we go. I'm finding the root of my problem now. That's actually a range between -1 and 1, but for the positive range, that is... yeah, between 0... oh, okay. I might have to turn this around, I think. Yeah. No, it does not make a difference. It does not make any difference at all. Okay, so then that's, wait, that is the positive range. What? I'm really confused how these things... oh, I broke it again. No. Oh, no. Okay, I gotta remember this is the negative... wait, what? Why does it say negative? Oh, I am like so mad at this thing. Why does this happen? 180. 180. 180. Alright, you are the arrow that I actually need. Okay, so this is the 0 point, right? 0, 0, 0, 0. When input is 0, it's pointing that way. So, which way is positive? It's this way, right? Positive is left. My God, my brain. I mean, if I was able to work with, like, degrees, for example, instead of this -1 and 1 stuff, it'd probably be a lot easier for me. So if both of these are positive, then I want it to be the inverse of this and 90. Or no, wait, not this. I mean... what exactly do I want it to be? Positive is also to the left. Okay. My gosh, my brain is gone. It's just gone. Okay, so positive. We need to turn this around. Oh boy. You know, if anybody else has any suggestions on what else to build, actually, we might take. Hello, Inside the Dumpster. How's it going? It's going good. Well, it's not going good. Actually, I'm struggling. And I might take a look at the single player stuff instead of sandbox mode, because I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I had the ATAN 2, I think I would be able to do it. Or if I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just one of those days where my brain wasn't prepared for what I threw at it. Anyway, so now that that gyro is lined up the right way, if that's leaning over to the right, which is a positive value, and then this is also leaning forward, which is a positive value, and it needs to be just a value between... yeah, I think that's it. Oh my God, I'm so broken already. Make a rocket? Maybe. Okay, so both of these are 1. I want to multiply 1 by 1. And 1 by 90. Only to have to divide it by 90 again. It's sort of like saying how much are we gonna do out of 90 type of thing. And then try that. That's only 1/4 of the range that we need. And that was supposed to be the range it was supposed to be in. Jeez, we were leaning in the direction that we were supposed to be. Well, not that time. Huh. Huh. Let's try negating it. Why not? Alright, well that actually looked like it was working for that, for the one 90-degree section. Now we just gotta do the other 3. Oh my god. But it's all coming from this information here, so if we have, okay, this is a little bit of a problem. We need to be able to differentiate which one, if the top is positive or if the bottom is negative. See, if they're both negative, they both come out -1. I can't... Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add them together. There we go. We might do that for all of them, actually. We're gonna keep a 90 here just in case. Get rid of all of this. I don't need 4 of these, I only need 1 of those. Okay, so this is either going to come out as 2, 0, or -2, right? Okay. There's still another problem, though. Like, how this helps me for 2 of the quadrants. There you go. That's the word I was looking for, the quadrant. But it doesn't help me for the other 2, where I actually need to differentiate which one of these is negative and which one is positive. So do I need just a second row of compare? It's kind of silly. And I did it wrong. Alright, so if the first... Oh my god, what? What am I doing here? The first compare is a positive value. This outputs... Yeah, it's just... Oh my god, alright. I don't need this. This already tells me if they're positive or negative. I don't need this extra one. I just need to know what to do with this. How's it going, Sven? Durf, build a quadcopter, or however you spell that. Oh, yeah, like a drone? Yeah, okay, we'll totally, What's the time that I've been at? I've been at this for an hour? Alright, we might, let's try it for another, like, 15 minutes or so. And then we'll probably move on to something like a drone. Because that's, like, a much easier build than this stuff. Okay, so this is just gonna tell me... if they're both positive or negative. Both positive is the first quadrant, both negative is the third quadrant. Alright, and then I think what I want to do is... since they're both positive, I want to, wait, no. Yeah, actually, max is what I want to do. Alright, we're gonna add, oh gosh. Wait, max? No. Min. My brain is so confused today. Okay, so now we're gonna get the minimum value between, you know, this is either gonna be added together. It's either gonna be -2, 0, or 2, and we're gonna get the minimum value between 0 and that. So it's either just gonna be -2 or 0. So now we're gonna multiply that by 90. And this, whenever these are both negative, we're in the third quadrant, then we're just gonna add -180 to the whole thing. Right? Because this is -2, -2 times 90, -180. And then that's... Why am I doing this? I don't need this as 90. I need it as 0.5. There we go. So then that turns the servo to the quadrants that I need it at. But then I also need... I think that'll work. I have no idea. And then this, like, this is all just something that I add on to the final angle reading. All this is just one condition for one quadrant. Actually, 2 quadrants, because I don't have to worry about the first quadrant. That's why I used min here, because I don't need to multiply it by anything. Or I'm multiplying by 0, I guess. Shoot. Okay, no, but it's all in addition. All in addition. I'm adding 0. Okay, there we go. Haven't you made this kind of bot in Scrap already? I did, but Scrap Mechanic has a delay between the parts in logic, so it just never really worked. We are not going to hate... Wait, we are not going to hate about time, as Durf has no borders. What? 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 Durf, you should look up programming self-balancing Raspberry Pi robot programming. No, that is far from what I need right now. No. The context of building robots like this in a video game is very different. Like, for example, I might even be able to build... Would I be able to build a robot like this in Roboco? Probably not, actually. But main assembly and Scrap, like, they're different. It's, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a different programming language, trying to build stuff with number logic. Anyway, so now I need to be able to see. I need a separate condition for when this is negative and when this is positive. I probably need to use something like this then, right? Just like I did here. We're gonna have a couple more additions. And all right. So the 2 conditions that I really need to account for right now is the top one is going to be negative while the bottom one's positive, or the bottom one's negative while the top one's positive. So we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to do... I'm not sure if I exactly like some of these wiring updates, because when they go over top each other, I don't know which one's which. Whereas before, the straight lines, I could always just position them like one square over and give it a new angle. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, I like how nice it looks. It looks really nice, but it introduced a new problem, I think, with this. Like, I can't tell what's going on here. Anyway, let's get 0, the minimum of 0. And the top. And the bottom. So now these tell me we're basically going to... we're either just going to have the top value or just going to have the bottom value. And then if I have just the top value being negative, that is y negative, x positive. So that's the fourth quadrant. I need to add 270 degrees to that, which is 1.5 on this. Oh no, wait. Fourth quad. Yeah. I'm so confused. I need to subtract 0.5. There we go.
I can feel it somewhere inside, haunting like a drug I keep on wanting.
I might have an issue. Oh, jeez. I just realized there's another issue here. Because if I'm... the top section here, this works fine for the two quadrants, and they'll alternate, no problem. But... and then, like, these two will also alternate, no problem. So I can do this. Get rid of this. Oops. There you go, and have those both going into the same addition because they alternate. One of them's going to be 0, the other one's going to be a value. Both, like, either time, so I can safely put them both into the same addition without those values interfering. But I can't exactly do this because there's going to be a value from these two at the same time that there's a value from this one. So I think I might need another check between these 2 points, similar to what I have here, just to filter it down to one value. But also this is, what was this? This is, if the bottom one is negative, that is the x value. So y is positive, x is negative, that's the second quadrant. I just gotta... oh god, I have to see, like... which way is positive, which way is negative. I forget every time. That's positive. So confusing. So this is either going to be 0, or you add 0.5. No, I'm a dingus. This should be adding 1. I think. I have no idea. And this should be positive 0.5, and that's negative 0.5. I think so. Okay. All of this just to give me a value between 0 and 1. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with these two now. Here's half of it. Here's the other half. Now I gotta think what they're doing. Outputs the smaller the two values. Alright, so this it's just gonna be 0. Right, 0 or -2. Right, it was negative. That's why I put this at 90. Ah, okay. This actually needs to be at 0.5. Because it's -2. It's timesing it by 2. Okay. Okay, and then that's only... okay, yeah, no, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. I could probably just do this. Because this is only gonna be a value besides 0. Only when it's outside, like, only when it's within the quadrant that it's supposed to be. And then outside of that, it's gonna be 0. So then I can safely add on whatever right here. just feed it right into the servo, and hopefully I got all the positive and negatives right. Or else I'm gonna need to like negate a bunch of stuff. Oh, that was really close. That was really, really close. It seems though I got one of the quadrants wrong. Yeah, I'm not sure, or maybe we can set the power like really crazy on this guy. Motor braking. Do not freely spin at 0 input. Yes. There you go. Lots of power, lots of speed. Interesting. Okay. Alright, and this is the pitch from 1 to -1, right? So, -1 is like a full upside down. And my bot is it's not capable of going upside down. It's capable of lying down, but it's not capable of upside down. So let's multiply that, the pitch value here, by some constant. We're gonna feed that into the negate. There we go. It's in. All right, and we'll do the ×4 thing, I guess. ×4 is like the default go-to, because again, 4 quadrants in 360. So yeah, there's something weird going on with the angle there. I might need to invert these guys. Which probably means I also need to invert the top guy too, but... Oh, it's getting there. Getting there. Make that nice and fast. Nope. Nope. I mean, kinda. This is a one-wheeled robot, right? It's working. Hey Durf, what if you try to use a vector equation? I'm pretty sure there was a logarithmic block, so you could shortcut a bit, then you can get a linear direction. Not gonna lie, I have no idea what you're talking about. That the bot is tilting in instead of operating in quadrants. Oh, no, okay, so what you're thinking about is a tan 2. Logarithmic block. I mean, it's not in logic. It's not in here. This one? No, it's not that. No, the thing that you're thinking of is a tan 2. It's arctangent 2. It's something that programmers program into programming languages, specifically because the output of this. So when you input arctangent, when you use arctangent, you're supposed to get the x and y coordinate of something, make a division between them, like a ratio, divide them together, x divided by y, or y divided, I don't know which one it was. It doesn't matter because arctangent is stupid. It's just a ratio between the numbers. And then you feed that into arctangent and it spits out an angle, quote unquote, an angle. But that angle is always going to be just in the positive or negative, like it's gonna be a positive or negative number if both x and y are positive, or if just one x or y was negative. That's all that this function cares about. A tan 2 is what I'm trying to program myself over here, where I actually account for the x and y value either being positive or negative. This is what programmers put into their programming languages and just call it a tan 2, so that it takes 2 inputs instead of 1 input. You put in the x and y value. The function checks which one is positive, which one is negative, to tell you which quadrant, like the precise angle at a 360 that it is, instead of 0 to 180, or 90 to -90, depending on the language. Anyway, I know exactly what you're talking about. It doesn't exist in this game, and that's why I'm trying to build it myself. That's the problem that I'm dealing with right now. I could probably bug the developers for it, but then I don't know if they would, because like everything that they're working with in this game is between 1 and -1, right? Like this thing outputs -1 or +1. the servo operates in -1 to +1 range, which is very useful. But then ATAN2 would also have to output between -1 and 1, which doesn't necessarily work. Anyway, hey, Viral Box, how's it going? From Germany. Hello from Germany. You are up super late for a German. I'm assuming a bike that tilts? Yeah. Well, no, actually. Let's go ahead and save this. Save as. Wait, cancel. We're gonna do new folder. roBUTTs. Save as one wheel fail. And now let's go find our bicycle. Because I actually have a bicycle. There it is, bike. Manual? Oh yeah, that's right. I built it out of the pixel shades. That's funny. So this is actually very similar to the one-wheeled robot design, except this is a two-dimensional version of the same one-wheel robot. So all I'm caring about is just the roll information. Are we just leaning left or right? And that's all we care about. I'm controlling the forward speed myself from the seat. I press W to go forward, and just like on a bike, if anybody in the chat knows how to bike without what? Durf, if ATAN2 outputs a range out of 180 or whatever, just divide by the range it can output. No, that's not. I mean, first of all, ATAN2 doesn't exist in this game. Second of all, it doesn't really matter what ATAN2 outputs. A programmer or scripter will always be able to multiply it by whatever. Yeah, you're right in saying that it's never a problem in that way. The problem that I'm dealing with now is that I don't know how to create ATAN2 in a game that operates with -1s and +1s for all these like angles and ranges and stuff. I'm used to working with degrees and pi and stuff like that. This is a little bit different for me. But anyway, if anybody in the chat knows how to how to ride a bike without handlebars, like you don't touch the handlebars, no hands, this works a lot the same way, except with programming for the steering. What? Part deleted? Let's hope I don't need that. So yeah, I don't control the steering. All I control is the big honkin' weight on the top. I just lean to the left or right. That's all I'm doing with this bike. And then, of course, you drive forward, you go forward, right? You drive back, you go back. But if I lean while driving forward, then the programming takes over of my steering in the front. I can't even show you. This bike works too well. I have to go slower. I have to go slower to show you. But yeah, the programming takes over the steering. And yeah, just it turns the steering wheel so that it's one of the greatest things ever to bike without handlebars. Because like you use your forward momentum as a centripetal force to right yourself up again. So like, let's slow down a little bit. Slow down, slow down. You'll see we lean a lot, right? But then we just speed on up and the momentum like lines us up again. It's super cool. So yeah, that's all this programming does is, I don't know why I'm multiplying the constant by 2.3. That's such an arbitrary number. But that's really all it is. Like, you just, the A and D turns the big honkin' weight on top, and then it's just the gyroscope. Gyroscope multiplying the steering angle. One of the simplest things to set up. You guys can probably build this yourselves as soon as you get main assembly. I have no idea. Main assembly is Q1 2020, right? Or is it Q2 2020? I'm gonna go look on the Steam store page right now. It's Q2. Second quarter 2020. Should be out fairly soon. I think Roboco is Q1 2020. So many new games. So many new games. And then I also have I I have like 5 other games that I want to make videos on, but I'm busy. Multiply the value by pi to have it in radians. No? Yeah, you could. But there's no point on me doing that though. There's no so let's load in the old one then. The one-wheeled guy. roBUTTs. There you are. All right, so there's no point in me like multiplying anything by pi because the thing that I need the format that I need it in is still -1 to +1, so it's a lot better, like, for me to just convert it, like, it's just gonna be a bunch of stuff like this, all sitting down here just to convert it to one format, just to convert it back to another format, just to use it here. Like, it's silly. I just need to, you know, try harder and make it work. That's all I need. I kind of wish... Okay, you know what? No, let's actually put a gimbal thruster on top. It's gonna help me slow things down a little bit. There is no gimbal thruster. I thought there was a gimbal thruster. There's no gimbal thruster? I can... There's no gimbal thruster. I can build one. Make it taller to slow it down? I don't know if that's gonna work. I like that they made the grid infinite finally. Nope, they didn't make it infinite. Come on, guys. You can't make the grid infinite? Why do you do this to me? It's look, develop. Okay, I don't wanna be mean to such nice devs. But, like, in all honesty, you could just, like, every 10 units reposition the texture so that it appears infinite. You don't actually need such a huge texture. Just shift it so that, you know, to the player's eye. Oh. That's too much weight for the, oh gosh. Alright, let's take, can I take this surface? There we go. Can I just move that up? Cool. It put my robot in the ground. Not sure why it did that. Alright, so being taller definitely helps us tip less. Cool. That's gonna let me figure out which quadrant maybe is wrong. You know what I think it is? I think it's just one of these needs to be inverted. Where is it? Here. Let's try this one. I mean, that's significantly smoother. And that's significantly not. Alright. Huh. Well, apparently my lean forward and back is broken. Yeah, it just doesn't turn anymore. What the heck? Oh. Oops. Instead of negating it. I have no idea if that... I have no idea if that's actually what I want. I can't even lean backwards if I want to. Great. That's kind of a problem. Alright. Let's try, is, like, I don't know, for whatever reason it feels like my range is very small. So let's try multiplying this guy by a big old number. Just like other stuff. Durf proceed to build a skyscraper. I know, right? Alright, well, that was very wrong. Cool, I've managed to make backwards progress. Alright, Bet, what's happening here then? Good question. We don't know. Do not know. Can I Control Z this? I cannot. I already closed my programming, it's my own fault. Alright, so this is what I had before. Well, let's try... Hold on. Let's try this. Yeah, and then the sides are just broken. Great. Great. Why would they be broken? It's this section right here that's the problem. This is the horizontal section, I'm pretty sure. This is the forward and back direction, I think? I have no idea. My god. There is a simpler way for me to build this, actually. I can just use these pitch and roll and just sort of just do like a true and false value to get 8 directions. So it's just gonna be forward, back, left, right, diagonal, and then like the diagonal directions as well. So just 8 preset directions. That should also be enough to do a balancing bike, a balancing unicycle, but I'd rather have the full range, you know what I mean? You trying not to use gyro with sensors, just logic? No, well, no, there is gyros. The gyroscopes, in here, and in the ground. Because my robot's in the ground also, but... Yeah, these gyros give me the information for which way this thing is leaning. So the rule that I'm going with is no thrusters, and no manual controls of the wheel or tilt. I am controlling the tilting a little bit, because like I have a weight on top that I can just lean from side to side. Yeah. Yeah, so this is supposed to be... Let's actually get the roll for that top gyro. We're gonna hop back onto the roll like I'm supposed to. Okay, that goes to the multiply on top and the bottom compare. Alright. And then this is supposed to be facing forward. There we go. So yeah, with pitch and roll, I'm just doing programming to try and, first of all, angle the wheel, the one wheel, you know, the direction that it's supposed to go in. Oh boy. You know what? I think I just thought of a much better way to do this. It's just going to be between -1 and 1. -1 and 1. So, see, I think the problem here is that I know how to program already, so I'm trying to do things from a programming point of view. And I think that's the wrong thing to do. I genuinely think that was the wrong thing to do. I don't want to select that many stuff. There we go. Alright, so right here, actually we don't even need this stuff either. Jeez, all we need is just this. Get that out of the way. Bring this down a little bit. Like, look at this. Alright, so... Really? The power is fine, yeah, I don't need to worry about the power, but this is what I need to do. Okay. Okay. I think I know how to do this a much simpler way. I think. You know, I've been saying that for like the past 5 minutes, but I haven't actually done or said anything. I'm just still trying to process. Really, all I want to do is, if I'm rolling left or right, I want to point left or right positively or negatively. So that should be as simple as not doing that. Oh my god. As simple as connecting that straight into the servo. Except that we're going to have the problem that it's not strong enough, so I'm going to need the multiplication by a constant. And we'll try 4. Okay, so the drive is still going to work just fine. If I lean to the left or right. Wow, the servo just did not turn. That is ridiculous. Oh, and you know what I think it might be? I don't know. All my weight's on top, so I actually have no idea what it is. But for whatever reason, this is balancing significantly better. Significantly better than literally everything else that I built today. But then as soon as we go to the side... Yeah, okay, so that is the wrong way. And I'm gonna up this by like 16. I want to see that steering in action, you know what I mean? It does work. It does work, but the bottom just has so much inertia that the top spins and the bottom doesn't. That's kind of a problem. That's a huge problem. Ah! It's always the problem with these one-wheel robots. Like, how do I get the wheel to turn in the direction that I want? It's the body that it usually turns. And it's because the wheel grips against the ground. Oh, it's so frustrating. So I think we're about ready to shrink this guy back down. Oh my gosh, okay. Just straight down. This is like one of the worst things. Can I just, it's not gonna let me bring it up above the ground. Oh my gosh. Boy, do I have a list of things to complain about at the devs. That's funny. Is there also, like, there isn't really a key for me to just go down without having to look down? Like, spacebar brings me up. Oh, it would be so useful to just to have the down to go with that, you know? Because then I don't have to, like, look down, ruin my grid just to go down. Oh my gosh. This is so... Oh my god, alright. No, it's not Q and E. No. Spacebar is up, but there's no, like... Again, the difference is, if I'm looking forward and I press spacebar, I go up, right? I can do the same just by looking up and pressing W, looking down and pressing W, looking forward and pressing W brings me forward, but there's no just altitude adjustment key going down. I mean, that's what they should do. Well, Q and E are already used. E is used for the radio menu. But yeah, this is a little frustrating. Like, I can only hope that that's where it's supposed to be. Right? Just to bring my bot back up above the ground? Come on. Come on. Ridiculous. Oh no. Okay, that looks straight. Oh, finally. Finally. Okay. Oh, now what was I doing? Now what was I doing? No, it's not control. It's like there just is none. I've been here trying and all right. Oh, right. What I was doing was this guy right here, if he's negative, it's either going to be positive or negative. And then I literally just need to multiply that by that. And that's it. That's literally it. If this pitch... Yeah, if the pitch is less than 0... So that's a much easier setup than whatever I did. Whatever I tried earlier, trying to rebuild ATAN 2. So leaning backwards works. Leaning forward... I mean, I can't slow myself down that well. There we go. Leaning forward seems to work. Alright, now let's see... Turn. How about turn the other way? Alright. I think I have it inverted. Oops. So it should be as simple as finding a negate. There we go. Finding a negate. And negating that output. Oh, wait. Maybe I only need to negate the output if the other one's negative? We might have another problem here. So that we got to test going forward. Leaning forward and then turning. That's it. That's it. It's not perfect, but that's it. And then leaning... Oh my gosh. Something's going weird there. Not sure what's up with that. Let's try leaning backwards. Leaning backwards, turning right is like perfect. Almost. Almost. Oh man. Oh man, how about up and down arrow keys? That's a arrow keys do nothing. I wonder if the number pad does anything. Nope. 1, 2, 3. Number keys don't do anything. Yeah, I don't know. Oh! Guys, I found it. Guys, I found it. It's the C key. I don't know why it's C. I mean, I don't know what else it would be, so I guess so. I'm glad I found it now, but it's a little bit too late for me to have found it. Ah, jeez. So then what's up with this? What is up with this? Do I only need to negate it? I thought I did negate it. If I'm leaning backwards, then my drive is going to be backwards. So I want to angle my steering in the opposite direction so that I drive backwards to right myself back up. Right? That's what that is. But I shouldn't have to negate the whole thing. It also doesn't make a difference if I negate it before or after. I'm really confused about what I'm doing. Let's try it without the negate. Again, the forward and back leaning is like super easy, but then as soon as it gets the roll information, like there's something weird going on with that roll, and that's kind of like that's why I switched to the pitch before, right? So let's do that again. We'll just turn it 90 degrees, and we're gonna use that servo or the gyro for pitch then instead of roll. No, I didn't mean to copy it. Pitch. All right. So if this ends up working, like I'm gonna be actually mad, because then it's the roll, it's the gyroscope that's actually broken then, that the roll information is not what it should be. Alright, that looks like I need to negate it. Negate the turning. Like I have the opposite direction going. Let's try and, oh, why do you spawn weird? Just spawn normally like you did the first time. Really? Really? Whatever. Whatever. Game's not even gonna let me properly test it? Fine. Okay, so then let's try a negate. Doesn't really matter where I try it, actually. Of course, now it spawns perfectly fine. Like, what? Alright, so lean over. Yeah, that's the correct direction that the wheel is supposed to be going in, except again, same problem with the top body not turning. Or, the bottom body needs to be turning more than the top body does. But it's the top that's turning more. And that this is more of a physics problem than a programming problem at this point. So I could just add a ton of weight to the top. I don't know, trying some stuff like this. Oh, you know, I'm a dingus. I could just add weights. Like there's an actual weight part. There you go, weights. I'm such a dingus. Alright. Oh, no, wait. It's the top. Wait, what? Is it the bottom that's supposed to... I'm so confused. Yeah, it's the top is not supposed to turn. And the bottom is supposed to turn, but... Now what? Now what do I do? Let's try taking everything back. Hold on. How did me triple clicking on an edge delete the edge? That's so weird. Alright, let's go lightweight, super lightweight. Interesting. Can I use aeroplastic to prevent something from turning? Probably. Let's turn the entire top section into aeroplastic. Like, literally all of it. What the heck? Did this game get buggier since the last time I played it? Like, what? Just trying to triple click some edges to select everything, and they disappear on me. Alright. Test number 3. Triple click this edge. Does it disappear? It disappears. What the heck? It's just supposed to select all the edges. Okay, fine. So I make a new edge. What? Wait, what? Okay, so it's a double click now. The double click selects... So why does a triple click delete it? What? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, double click. Let's just turn the whole thing into aeroplastic and hope that that air resistance is going to keep us, the top of us, lined up and the bottom of us slippy slidey. Speaking of which, maybe some of these wheels have different friction. I wouldn't be able to tell which one to use. I might have to... Oh, you know what? I could use... I'm getting literally every wrong category. I can use a wheel out of these things, maybe? They probably don't have grip, but they probably will slide very easily, like rotating. And that's kind of more of what I want. I don't know. Let's try this, though. This thing is, like, unable to tip over now. This thing's actually unable to tip over now. Pretty sure it was always a double click. Yeah, it might have been. It might have always been a double click. So I think this is, like, essentially what I wanted to build working. Almost. There's still some range issues, I think. Whoa! Alright. Let's take a final crack at this. You'll come back eventually, I know, right? Nah. Oh, you're gonna be back soon cracking... Well, I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon anyway, so... If you're just gonna leave, that's pretty much gonna be it. Nothing else to say. Like, pretty much the same thing when I tried my one-wheel robot build in Scrap Mechanic live streams. I didn't succeed. This is the one build that's eluding me in all games. I thought this was gonna be the game that I can do it in, but still... It's still the one-wheel robot. I can't build it. I mean, I can. I know exactly how to. Let's try the wheel thing. Let's try the wheel thing. This is gonna be the wheel deal. Huh. Also, I just noticed my servo. No, it's pointing at 0. That's fixed. So why is this not lined up? That is not straight. Like, really? Oh, come on. Really? The entire thing down here. Okay. We're gonna take this. I'm just gonna drag it off here. Cool, we can't do that. It's the weirdest thing. I can't rotate this servo from this side. No, I lost it. Okay. You guys see what I'm talking about, right? This, like, the base is slightly offset from the servo. So, like, how did this even happen? How does this even happen? This doesn't make... what? Servo. I have no idea. I literally have no idea. Let's just try the new wheel. Sure. Let's try the new wheel. What the heck? I somehow managed to break it even more. Okay, I gotta pay really close attention. Okay. Okay, so this one was pitching forward, and this one was rolling. Why isn't this turning the goddamn servo? Do I actually need this to be 1? Did I actually break it with 16? I don't think so. Yeah, no, it's just super weak now. So that means we gotta make it 32, right? Some crazy high number. Guys, I don't know. No, it's going the wrong way. It's going the wrong way. But wait. Oh my gosh. Alright, I gotta pay attention really closely again. Lean forward. For the love of God, just go forward this time. Okay. I might revisit this, because I'm running out of time today, but I might revisit this, where I actually use the pitch and roll from both of these sensors. And a lot more math to actually get this working. None of this is used right now. All this at the bottom right corner, none of that's used. It's just this right now that's being used. Like, way more efficient to do it this way. This is what happens when you think too much like a programmer. You try to do something that you know how to do in another programming language, and sometimes it's just smarter to do it a different way in the language that you're programming in. I don't know, but hey, this was not bad. Not bad compared to my scrap mechanic one-wheel robot attempts. It's on par. It's like about the same. As a matter of fact, I'd say the scrap mechanic robot probably did better because it functions properly. The only thing wrong with it is that, like, it still falls over like this one does, but the scrap mechanic version is just too slow to react to the input that it's receiving. This one is not too slow, but there's clearly something else wrong. And I'm not sure if it's like partially a physics issue with like the wheel just can't slide against the ground super easy, or... Anyway, I'll try and give this another attempt another day where I actually take into account like multiple sensors and stuff. Try to get this going as perfect as I can. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, folks. You know, I think actually next time we're not going to do that. Actually, next time we're probably going to do the drone, the thing that we got the suggestions for this time around. And if anybody is watching the VOD, the stream VOD, leave your suggestions down in the comments. Cause yeah, I got to play more. Got to play more main assembly too, right? I've been distracted by Roboco lately, which by the way, I'm probably gonna go record another Roboco video after this. I love that game, and this game, and other games too. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Try double wheels, that might help. Alright, I'm gonna try it as the last thing. Those aren't wheels, by the way. These are weights that I'm using because they slide a little bit better on the ground. They have less friction. But no, this is not going to change a dang thing. Because the problem is the angle of the top section relative to the angle of the bottom section. See, right now the top section's almost 90 degrees, almost 180 degrees compared to the bottom section. So the bottom section knows how to accelerate in that direction because of those different orientations and which way it's leaning. But yeah, it gets confusing really quickly. As you saw the bot just get confused and die. What is my bot face doing? What? Weird. Okay, anyway. That's always fun and dandy. Hey, look at that. My bot's giving a thumbs up. Just like you guys, right? Just like you guys. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Maybe I'll have a video sometime soon. Who knows? Bye!